So today we are extending and going forward with another pool robot. This is from Aiper, which I'm really excited to actually get out of the box, see, and eventually test out. Now today I'm not getting it in the water. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches of snow today here in Iowa. So that said, we're gonna get this out of the box. We're gonna get it fully set up and ready for the water and take a peek at it. And I'll show some videos or photos at least of it in the water that I've received from Aiper as well. But we're gonna get this guy out of the box and set. So today we're taking a peek at the new Aiper Scuba V3. Okay, welcome back to GeekSmart, ladies and gentlemen, and right out of the gate, we have this sticker that's actually upside down that literally says, hey, don't get rid of this box. This is the original packaging box that comes with it. Don't get rid of it for 30 days. Of course, in case you have anything where you have to send it in or you're not happy with something. I'm assuming that's why, but they do have right here on the box this pull guy, and take a peek. If it goes one piece all the way around, there we go. That was really easy. Lift. Well, no, there's a box within a box here. I don't know, I guess for shipping purposes. Okay, so let's take a peek at the packaging. So there's the front side here, other side, a little bit different there. And of course, going over some of the features on this side. But that said, let's get it out of the box. So I gotta cut some tape. Okie dokie. Right out of the gate, with this big piece on the top, which does give us some instructions and such, so I'm gonna set that off to the side for now. We do have a few other boxes within a box, so I'm just gonna take them out for now. That guy here looks like that's power cord and the hook. We have our instruction manual in here, I'm assuming. So there's that stuff in there. Now, let's pop this off. Down below, down here, we actually have another cardboard piece. I wonder if is it sitting on that? Okay, it's sitting on that. I have the robot, I'm gonna take that out. Some silica gel in here. Charging platform, I bet is what this is. So I'm just gonna try to get this out of the box real quick. So that's everything in the box. All right, let's start by getting the plastic off of some of this stuff. So charging base, it is a wireless charger, so you set it on the charger and then these two contact plates make contact with the plates on the bottom of the robot, and away she charges. I prefer this type of charging method where you're not having to plug something into the robot. You just set the robot down, away she charges. Looks like, well, let's take a peek. I wonder if this is flat or if this is what this box is for. Floats, okay, so that's just styrofoam floats. Left side, right side. And I wonder if that's a necessity or not. We'll find out. And then of course the charger and the hook are in this box, so nice teal hook. And then of course the actual charger itself. Okay, so it is just a wall wart, a big wall wart, and then a 3-prong plug here that plugs in here somewhere. So it's going to go like that. Okay, now it makes more sense. This is a kickstand. There we go. Okay, so the kickstand is actually just sitting in there. All right, because you have to have this plugged in like so, and then kickstand up. And that's one nice thing that Aiper does, is that any moisture that's in the robot at least can roll off of the robot altogether. They even have drip channels right down here. So like on my previous robot that I did last year on the Scuba X1, similar charging stand. It is a little bit different. This is definitely a little bit different in how it actually meets up and everything. But I set this on a towel in down by my basement door, and so I do everything, put it inside, and then it drip down and go onto the towel. So, all right, I'm gonna get that out of the way for now. Now let's get the main prize out, right? Plastic out. So I'm gonna get all these nice little stickers off, protective pieces. So going to the bottom of the robot, you can see the 2 contact plates for charging are right there. We do have dual brushes, so we are gonna clean the walls or the floor or the pool very, very well. And then we do have the actual channel here for the dirty water to go up in, and some nice things. So this is very standard for a basic underneath of a robot, and of course the 2 tracks on the side. On the front is where the real magic happens, because we have all the various sensors that we have. Now this specific robot, the V3, oh, and I do have more plastic I didn't on the track side. The V3, just like, to be honest, all the robots that they showed off this year at CES, the big difference between these and last year's robots is the inclusion of a substantial larger array of AI in the robot itself. Now, they do also make sure about safety and security. This robot, while it takes imaging and everything of the surroundings to figure out where it needs to clean, where it doesn't need to clean, that does not leave this robot. It does not send anything off to the cloud and bring things back. It is a very safe and secure. That's what they really want to get around on that. But it does use a lot of AI technology that's actually downloaded inside this robot to clean your pool as best as it can. So that's where that is. So let's see here. There is, okay, so in this handle up here underneath, there's a lever, and then we can lift, and this one actually, there's no door this time. You actually get the bin right by lifting out. And so on this, there is a little flap here, and there we go. Now, there are two ways to do this. The standard bin, which is, I think, is like 130 micron filter. So you're going to be able to use this very large capacity bin down to, I think it's 130. But then if you want this guy here, which has a kind of a pleated filter to it, gets you down to 3 microns. So what I've shown last year when I actually did the Aiper X1, the Scuba X1, also has a similar pleated filter to it. If your pool's really dirty, do not use this. Leave this out. Use the robot as the standard filter. If your pool's not that dirty and you're just trying to clean things out of the water and get small little particles and stuff, that's where this comes into play. Do not use this if it's a dirty pool. You will clog this filter almost immediately, and then the pool robot will not do a whole lot of anything. So, but they do give you this as an accessory that you literally drop in and go to town with, and then when you're done, you pull this out, and of course you clean this. But then this actual pleated filter, while it does have like a couple holes on it right here to put it into place, you actually take this off and you wash this. You thoroughly hand wash this, wash this really, really well. I usually, after I'm done getting it fully washed, let it hang to dry, and then you can obviously clean this if need be, but usually this isn't really what's needing cleaning. And then when you're done, you just go ahead and put it back on here and get it ready for the next time you need to use it. But just sliding it into place. Once you use this, it does shrink hair, so it gets maybe a little harder to slide on here, but it's not hard by any means. But then when it's in place, it's ready to go again. So these are really handy. I love seeing robots that have this kind of filter material because it's reusable, right? You're going to clean it. It does take a little finesse to clean it very, very well, but yeah, it makes it easy, but also it gives the robot a double capability. Yes, cleans the walls, cleans everything, but when you're actually really fine down, it'll even help pull stuff out of the water itself. So I love that. So to put this back in, you just kind of drop it in, but you do have to lift the lever to push it back in. You may be able to yeah, you can push it too. You don't have to lift the lever because the little feet that actually stick out on all 4 sides keep it from just dropping in. You'd have to seat it into position, then we're good to go. So obviously around the robot, everything, all the camera package, everything makes sense, right? Is all on the front of the robot. So it's going to be determining everything about it. But just like last year's robot, there are 4 modes. Let's see if I can bring it in to show you. You can see there are 4 light indicators here. Sorry. So right now we're doing, that's floor and walls, essentially the full pool. If I click the button again, now it's just going to be the floor. If I click the button again, that's just going to be the walls. This one more time, just going to clean the water line. So essentially when you do this one up here, it does floor, walls, and water line. Of course, it's trying to find water. And then it does have Wi-Fi. So as long as it's not in the water, you can actually have this connect to Wi-Fi, control it from your phone, set it up within the phone, and set it to go. But that you don't have to be attached to the phone to choose what cycle you want to actually use. And then of course you push and hold the button, kicks it back off. Okay, so now we're gonna actually go ahead and set up the app and get this thing connected. So I turned this guy back on, and you can see here, I already have the Aiper app, but in the App Store, if you just search Aiper, it's basically the first full one that shows up. I'm gonna hit open. And it looks like I haven't been in there for a while, so I'm gonna log in real quick. Otherwise, if you didn't have one, you would create an account. So give me just a moment. Now, essentially, I haven't used it since the last season because I got the new iPhone, so that's why I wasn't logged in automatically. But here we go, we have my pool. I'm gonna hit the plus button down here at the bottom. And now we're searching and we can see the Scuba V3 right there. So let's go ahead and click on that guy. And I'm gonna allow it to see my networks. There's the network I wanted to connect to. Actually, I wanted to connect to a different network. Let me, okay, so now we have my 2.4 network for my smart home stuff. I just gotta put in my password quick. Give me a moment. And now I can start network configuration. And of course, like I said, whatever network your phone's on is the one that it's gonna search for. So that's why I had to change it on my phone first before we continued on. But you can see it connected to device. Now it's connecting to the network. So it failed to connect to the network. Interesting. I'm gonna hit try again. It may be just because I'm down in my basement in this far corner and just doesn't like how far it is from the Wi-Fi access point, which is a little ways away, but oh, nope, now it's going green over here. So I'm gonna hit try one more time because this went from red to green. Try one more time here. Okay, so I just hit try again, and eventually it did reconnect it. So again, I'm in a bad spot here. I would probably normally do this if I was normally doing it in my open area. I probably should get an access point closer to my studio here. I'm gonna keep the name Scuba V3, so I'm gonna hit confirm. Right now, battery's at 46%, but let's hit enter. New version, so let's update the firmware. I'm gonna hit update now, and it is already installing. So 64%. Give it a few moments, I'll be right back. Okay, actually that did not take very long, maybe a minute or so to update. It did reboot and it did make a couple beeps when it rebooted. But aside from that, now we're at version 2.01. It came with version 1. Of course, this came right off the line probably because they're still in the early stages of this launch. But now we have the V3 updated. I'm gonna hit the back arrow here, sorry. So we have auto, we have AI patrol, we have floor, wall, waterline. So obviously AI patrol is interesting because then it's actually gonna use its AI technology to just try to figure out if there is dirt and just kind of patrol around to figure out where it needs to clean. And that's the big thing about, like I said, that's a huge upgrade from this year's robots to last year's robots. Last year I had the Scuba X1, which after I did all those videos on that set, and I will highly recommend checking them out. I'll put the links in the description at the end. Awesome robot. Fantastic robot. I loved that robot. But this one is aiming to be much more intelligent so that it actually is focusing on the areas that I need focused on in the pool. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a peek at the top right where the gear icon, the settings. So cleaning settings looks right now 0 square feet, totally clean, of course. Cleaning settings, let's go in here. Aiper Vision camera, I have that turned on. Bottom cleaning path, let's click that. Crossbow shape or adaptive. Let's see what adaptive does. Oh, cool, okay. Otherwise crossbow, and it just does the whole pool. I'm gonna leave it at that for now, but I'm gonna hit back again. A notification, and that's just notification when certain things happen. You can turn those off if you don't like receiving them. Device information. Okay, so all the information, including the IP address, everything that's getting. Device health monitoring. Normal. Should be brand new. So network configuration if I need to change that. Component management. Let's click that. Okay, the filter itself. So it looks like remaining 2,169 hours of that filter. Okay, so they actually have it set where after a certain amount of time you should replace it. They have instructions, firmware update, and log, and then you can unbind. I'm gonna hit back. Next to that gear icon, there's a little icon there with a 3/4 moon. Click on that guy. Okay, so that just tells when the camera's active. Oh, cool. Let's click bottom left. Oh, geez. So that's part of the Navium mode. So weather analysis, self-adaptive cleaning, pattern analysis. This is something I'm gonna have to actually test out to really understand exactly what it does. But then at the bottom, you can create a schedule. Oh, interesting. So an AI-based schedule of cleaning. Really cool. So you can enable this AI Navium to use AI to do its cleaning. So the device will automatically clean the pool according to your usage patterns and pool conditions to maintain the pool cleanliness. Now this is a big thing about pool robots in general. They make maintaining your pool so much easier and so much more enjoyable that you'll want to use your pool more and not be stressing about what you need to do. So that's a huge benefit. And then of course the schedule, I think that's, okay, so that's the schedule. 4 times cleaning can be performed, 60-minute, a 90-minute clean. You can choose the days. And so obviously this can stay in the pool. It's cordless. It can clean for so long and then stop and then sleep for a while and then clean again and then stop and sleep for a while. And so you can do that rather than just, no, use all your power for the next 2.5 hours and just clean my pool, right? So you can kind of do that. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this guy off so it's not just sitting here making noise the whole time. But that is that. Now, like I said, this is not a review video. This is not a first use video. This is an unboxing, getting it set up, getting it attached to my phone, getting it on Wi-Fi, getting it ready for the season, and getting it ready for my first use of it. Now, the last thing I wanted to do on the camera, I guess, is see what it looks like when it's actually charging, so I can actually show you what the charger looks like and what it actually does, and then we'll call it from there. But that said, so I just gotta undo this guy. Okay, so the handle is on the front side of the robot, which is facing me right now. And of course I have the charging cradle just kind of sitting upright. Contact points, we set it on here and away she goes in charging. So quick and easy. Okay, so that is the first look at the Aiper Scuba V3. Now, I will have more videos on this, including my first use once I get into the first pool, which I'm hoping sooner than later. And then I will have an eventual full review video. That's after I get into the pool season and actually have time to really use this in more than one pool type. And so that's my goal. So that's it. I will put links to where you can check this out. I will also put links to where if you want to check its earlier cousin, the X1, I'll put links down in the description to my videos last year that I did with that robot, which I love that robot. So that said, guys, thanks for watching to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe as always. Hope to see you back here on GeekSmart for another future video unboxing setup. See you again soon.